Oh yeah, that's the sound of Tuesday right there. What? Kevin's so not used to having bottles, but
This
of
must be
course
his
he
first
has.
time.
Yeah, it's he. He hasn't
On my
done this like a
keychain.
million
There
times.
are my teeth. There are my teeth. Use my keychain, all right? You know,
Yes.
these wooden teeth would definitely break.
Oh, you and the great George Washington. I didn't know that you shared two common traits with our first president.
I don't want to know what the second one is.
Well, you
I
shut
got
down the
sold some
cherry
lies
tree.
in my day. Sorry to tell you that, Michael.
Okay.
Like when I say I love Cowboy Jack Durango.
Hey, why don't we get into it? Another
right.
Baseball Brew Crew podcast. We are keeping baseball history alive, one craft beer at a time. Wherever you are watching or listening, please give us a like and a follow. If you love beer with your baseball, please tell a friend. We are 18 small but large members away from 500. Much like when a baseball player goes for that elusive 500 home runs, we're looking for our 500th subscriber. So if you know anybody that is near you that has a YouTube account, get them on board. Let's do it. We are pushed to 1,000. Ian, if you like I said this before, like the Irish Spring, if you want to just shave off 500 and give us just real quick, we'll give them back. We promise.
That's pocket change.
Yeah. We're gonna keep on making the push. We're gonna make the push. So definitely do that. That helps us.
We'd smell better with that Irish Spring on us. You know, sometimes
yes, we would.
You know, we're actually sweating out here in California. Or I am. I don't know about you,
yes.
Mr. Mondragon.
I'm not.
Well, what you know, we're making that push to 1,000. We won't let you down. We as it count. This is 152, episode 152. We are 4 episodes away from doing this for an unprecedented 3 years straight, every single week. So that's pretty impressive, right? So go tell your friends. You know, we're here for the long run. We're gonna keep on telling you about craft beer and baseball. Yeah, Kevin.
Oh, Michael, that if sports cards bring White Pack Wars a little longer in a row.
I just realized that I hit 3 years last week and had no idea.
Wow.
I always know because I look, I'm like, oops. Oh, he's a couple weeks ahead of us.
Yes. Hey, we're slow. We're slow starters. You know, we're gonna win in the end. Hey, we have a great show for you. So why don't we look at the lineup card for today? I think that would be pretty appropriate, right?
All right.
That's right. Episode 152. We're only 4 episodes away, so definitely check in with us in a month because we're gonna have a big celebration around it. All right. So our guest tonight takes our leadoff spot. He and his wife have done 156 rounds of Wife Pack Wars. He has done 89 volumes of top 10 sports cards polls. His must-watch weekly YouTube channel is If Sports Cards. We're glad to know him as our super supporter. Please welcome our friend Ian. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
The most important word out of everything you said was friend. That was the most.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about some beer and some baseball. It's opening day in just a couple days. So excited for that. Let's do it. Let's have fun.
Oh, I love it. And you're in our fantasy baseball league, which we will definitely, be bragging about this. This is your second year with us, and we're totally elated that you're doing that with us. And how do you feel about your team?
Not too bad. I actually already put in a waiver claim, so that's not a good sign. But I'm playing Kevin this week, and his team might be worse than mine, so I think we're okay.
Ooh.
Which is funny because I felt at the same time I was doing a draft for us here at the Baseball Brew Crew in a podcast league, and I'm like, I think I feel better about my team in my own league than I do representing the whole crew. And I'm like, Ian's already talking that trash. I'm in trouble then.
Yeah.
It'll be fun definitely. Regardless. That's all that matters.
It's always fun. And I think one of the great things about fantasy baseball is that it definitely keeps you current with the current game. Like I wouldn't know about a lot of the players that are coming in and all of a sudden they're just there, and there's like, where did Hunter Brown come from? I'm like, what? He's like a phenom, and I got to pick him up on my team and stuff like that. So you get to know a lot of the players, but also you get to watch players day to day that you may not watch day to day, and sometimes curse them out as well.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get to it. Unfortunately, Angelo Trinidad and Cowboy Jack Durango on assignment tonight. But hitting second is the field correspondent and senior research analyst for the Baseball Brew Crew, and not going to Depeche Mode at the Forum.
That's what I was supposed to be. I was supposed to be on assignment. That didn't work out. Originally was hoping to be at a brewery up over there, but it didn't work out. It's all right because Michael Mondragon, where are you and I going to be on Thursday?
We will be in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we will be seeing Depeche Mode. And for me, it's a special milestone. Yes. It will be my 5th decade that I have seen Depeche Mode. So a lot of you may not mean anything to you. To me, it means everything. It's they're absolutely one of my favorite bands of all time.
You know how many things I've done for over like 25 decades? I understand. I understand. So I'm here to support you on this.
Yes. I mean, you were there for the first mimeograph. You were there for the first.
I told this recently. The first music I bought, right?
No,
I bought Beethoven's 5th sheet music. That's the first music I bought in my life.
Auto Relic. I remember correctly.
I wish I would have got Auto. That'd be worth a couple dimes. Get that. Is there a card available of that? Maybe I can make the top 10 this week if I can pull something like that. I got snubbed last week, Ian. I got snubbed.
But like a lot of your. But like a lot of your Hall of Fame memorabilia, it was lost in different times in your life. Either misplaced it or
my parents. I've let my parents take it away, and that's gonna tie to my beer later. So that's a wonderful little foreshadowing.
Perfect. All right, so let's talk. Well, my name is Michael Mondragon, your humble host for the festivities tonight. I am coming to you live from a hotel room in Tucson, Arizona. Next week, I will be back in my studio in California, so I'm looking forward to that. But bear with me as I have the headphones on tonight. We have a great show for you, nonetheless. Glad that you all could be here. As tradition on the show, we always bring a new and unique craft beer to review and enjoy. So, guys, what are you drinking tonight? I'm actually going to start with Ian, and this one's a very, very special one for the Baseball Brew Crew.
Oh yeah, not new. Ooh, excellent picture. I actually sent this to you guys on Twitter. This is good. Yes. Not new. This has been probably. I know I've actually had it before. Cowboy Jack's had it before. Maybe you guys have had it before too. But is this the first time after the collaboration?
I'm not
certain.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. So I won't talk too much about it, but it is. I mean, look how beautiful this is. This looks amazing. It has Citra, Mosaic, and Strata hops. It is an unfiltered beer. It is delicious. It's made in beautiful Decorah, Iowa. I went to college there, so it holds a special place in my heart. I remember when they were an infant. But my question to you guys.
Yes.
It doesn't taste any different. It doesn't say anything like how the collaboration works. Is the collaboration basically just the name? Do you know the answer?
Possibly, because the long story of it is Radiant beer out of Anaheim saw Radiant Haze on the West Coast. It was getting some circulation. And from what I'm aware, they did put a cease and desist out there.
Yep.
So I have to see if this is available out west. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. I didn't even think about it. And I was told wine the other day, unfortunately. But maybe this is something that they made themselves out at Decorah, because if you watched a month and a half or so ago, I had a beer that they made that was sold here. So at the collabs work, they'll make some that are only available at one site and some that are only available at another site. So this might only be available out there, this version of it. But if it tastes the same, it very well could be. And they just have the brand approval of Radiant on there, which is great because it's a great beer.
Yes, it was so good that, why change it up? But I was curious, did Radiant provide anything other than the name? I didn't know the answer and I couldn't find an answer. So I was just curious if you guys knew.
I don't know. And I don't even know if I can maybe ask, I suppose, next time I go over there.
That'd be something I'm curious.
I'll be there.
About.
I'm going to leave right now. I can be there in a few minutes. Is that okay?
Don't you just open the door and you're there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going to open the front door here, and I'm going to be.
Just have him come in the room.
No, they're working. We're doing a show here. We're live
gotcha.
now.
Do the research, please. And
yeah, I will. Okay. I will try to find out, although I may actually not be there for a week. Foreshadowing again.
That must be like a century for you.
Oh, they're going to send a wellness check for me, for sure. They're going to think there's a dead body in the back of the brewery.
Yes. Excellent beer. Definitely grab it if you see it.
Right on.
That's awesome. And I was so glad that you found it. And I was wondering if it was available out here, but it would make sense that they let them distribute it in Midwest, possibly out East. But I don't think I've seen it either.
I haven't looked out here. Though. Like I said, I was at Total Wine just on like Saturday, and I didn't even think about looking. And I'm like, I should have seen it.
So I was in my hometown, grocery store. They sell booze in grocery stores in Iowa. I don't know if they do there. They don't in Minnesota, but I saw it there. They didn't have a price tag under it, but they had all the other Toppling Goliath beers, and they were like $16.99, $18.99 for a 4-pack. And I was like, whatever. I grabbed one, went up there. It rang up at $10.99. I'm like, are you sure this price is right? Whoa. And she's like, I think so. I'm like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab another one. So nice. I had to buy it twice.
That's a great deal because it's 4 pint cans. I'm guessing. Right on. That's great.
Seems cheap. Really I don't know.
It is because I think I've seen like their other beers at that same price, like $16.99 or something like that.
For sure.
The pseudo sue and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I was surprised to see it in a can as well, because when we had it straight from Radiant. And it was drafted. So
no, sir. No, let me correct you, sir.
Wait a second.
You're thinking of the other collab, the Where We Come From. This is the one that Jack found it at I believe Cactus Tap Room originally, and he told us about it. And I found it out here. Have you had this? I'm sure you've had to have had it, Michael.
I think that I had it at Radiant that time that we were out there. Remember
I stuck a can. I forgot I did sneak a can or two. Okay, Kayfabe, they're gonna hear me. I might have stuck a can in to give to Jack because I saved a can for him because it wasn't available anymore. I'm like, I saved this for you. I think we all took solace in our attitudes. Like, man, you stopped one of our favorite beers, but let's drink it in your parking lot. Or the parking lot out back by my house.
But that's great. Thank you for having this on the. And then you said you loved it, right? Does it taste the same as the other one?
It does. Yes. I don't think anything's changed from the brewing perspective. I think it's probably just the naming thing. But I was just curious.
Probably.
Curious what.
I think you're right. I'll try and find out when I can next time I buy there.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that one, Kevin. You're up.
All right. So I've had this brewery before. They're from Colorado. They're called Flying Dog. They've been for a long time, and I think one I had was called The Truth. But part of the reason why I get this, I like to get these Flying Dogs, is the artwork here. I don't know if you can see the little dogs on here, and this artwork is very distinctive because where these guys are in Colorado, they've been around for I believe over 30 years or so. And one of their frequent customers when they first opened up was Hunter S. Thompson, the famous author and more known as a gonzo journalist who wrote the book Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And a regular guy who did his artwork was a guy named Ralph Steadman. So so there's one of the pieces they did that would end up being used in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And what would happen was he told this brewery, I'm going to try that one then. I got to see if they have it. Because you actually can find Flying Dog. They're out there if you go to your Total Wines or Bevmo's, depending on what you have where you are. But so Ralph Steadman is this guy's name. He's still alive. He's like 87 years old. He lives in England. And Hunter S. Thompson more or less put together Flying Dog Brewery with Ralph to make artwork for all their cans. So here's the one here, the family drama. When I was talking about, there's definitely family drama now that I have with where's all my baseball stuff that I collected as a kid. Yeah, Imperial Pilsner 9.5. I don't know if that's one of the reasons too. I don't know if I've ever even seen a Pilsner that's 9.5%.
That's crazy.
Jack's not here, so I won't do the Mad Lib that's on the side here. I was getting ready to do that with Jack, but I don't think that's going to be very appropriate. It might lead to some family drama, so to speak. But yeah, this is a seasonal release as well. It's been in my fridge for a little bit of time here. That's what happens when you find good beer all the time. And I was gonna try to find the description here because literally it doesn't even give the description; it just gives this little Mad Lib here. But it feels like we're at 9.5%. And the reason why I had to finish this, it's good by April 17th. So I'm like, ooh, I better hurry and get this in.
Right.
And let me see if I had any other information on this because I'd like to talk about the Ralph Steadman story. It's like that's kind of crazy that they got this guy who definitely you see his artwork everywhere. I'm guessing if you see in the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas movie poster with Johnny Depp with his head all gigantic and bulgy eyes, I'm assuming
distorted.
He did. Yeah, I'm assuming he made that artwork as well. And so it's light malt notes and slightly floral hop character. This beer tastes like good tidings of comfort and joy, which is good because Uncle Frank is here. Oh, watch out for Uncle Frank. You don't trust me. You don't want to know Uncle Frank. And he's ready to give his annual update on body parts that hurt. Oh, this could be me. Wait a minute, this is gonna be me talking about my body parts. But what's crazy is that I'm drinking this. You would never notice the 9.5%. So, this beer could be gone quick. And I brought out the old mug that we got from Chad M, our Baseball Brew Crew mug, Baseball Group Beer Baseball blog. That's right. That's how long this is.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's opening day. Let's bust this out. And I literally poured a little bit, and it was like the foam was coming over the top. I'm like, oh no, I gotta watch out. I was like, just don't get on the computer. Don't get on the computer.
Yes. And I think I mentioned this the last time that you talked about Flying Dog. If you go to Camden Yards, they actually have a Flying Dog.
It says Frederick, Maryland, which is interesting because I'm guessing they must have moved because everything I saw was when they first started, they were in Colorado, and that's when they made connection with Hunter S. Thompson, who when he died, I don't know if this actually happened, but in his will, it said he wanted his ashes shot out of a cannon.
Oh, wow. So, that's awesome.
I'm like, man, I mean, that's expensive. Dang, how much would that cost?
Yeah. Well, that's, I think they're called the Kannapolis Cannonballers.
Yes. There you go. Let's tie that all together.
It's tying it all together.
I believe you have that cap back in Sierra Madre.
I do have that hat. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Kevin. So this is your beer for tonight, but you're actually going to be talking about...
Wait, hold on. So Cowboy Jack Durango's not here tonight. Oh, so I should do this like in the soap opera voice. So playing the role of Cowboy Jack Durango tonight is Kevin Lyon.
Oh, please sing.
Oh, I'm not singing. Milton Brewing Company is an industrial neighborhood brewery and tap room hidden in plain sight in Phoenix, Arizona, just a mere 12-minute drive from Chase Field if you're looking to have an ice-cold beer ski after a D-backs game. Grit, determination, humility, and the local community have shaped the brewery and culture. Through alchemy, passion, wizardry, and respect for the art and science of the craft, perhaps coupled with a little dumb luck, they are blessed to be able to offer the finest brews in the Valley of the Sun. Helton provides an opportunity to choose a brewing experience that is real. Developed to contribute to the art, their legacy is to pass down their love for the craft of future brewers with products that are created from the culmination of life's work. Helton Brewing Company has dedicated their lives to perfecting craft beer. In a climate that bows to trends, novelty, and short attention spans, Helton has chosen to focus on the art that will stand the test of time. They love the hell out of what they do and pledge to never give up the grind. If you're looking to make the craft beer equivalent of a Randy or a catch, roll into Helton and grab a tall, frosty pint of their aptly named All-Nighter IPA. It's a highly sessionable 5.5%er that will have you thinking, I can call in sick to work tomorrow. Let's make this party an all-nighter. And don't forget, when you're in there slamming down craft beers, say hi to the brewmaster, Brian Helton, and let him know that the Valley of the Sun's favorite son, Cowboy Jack Durango, sent you.
Wow. What I don't have my soundboard, but I'm gonna applaud you. That wasn't Cowboy Jack Durango. That was Thurston Howell III, I think.
That was good. Well done, Kevin.
That was
I just
fantastic.
said, send me the notes, and I'm like, I'll gimmick the rest. So hopefully Jack enjoys that when he sees this later.
That's awesome. And I wonder if I was going to, but I didn't have the time to. I was going to tie this all in with Todd Helton.
Yes.
If there was any tie-ins there, bringing the baseball.
I didn't want to go off I didn't want to go off Jack's notes.
So I don't blame you.
Nope.
I don't blame.
I see now how he can do it. It's easy to read the script when you have sunglasses on because they won't see your eyes looking at the screen. I'm like, man, that's the gimmick.
That's his alter ego.
Yeah. Well
done. Well done, Kevin.
Thank you.
So my beer tonight is actually a special one. Now, I unfortunately was not able to get to this brewery when I was in Houston last week. But it's one that we talked about actually this year on one of the podcasts. It was in January when we did we were talking about the Astrodome. We were talking about Andre the Giant being the eighth wonder of the world, the Astrodome being referred to as the eighth wonder of the world. Well, my beer tonight is from Eighth Wonder Brewery. It is the Juice Joint Hazy IPA. It didn't say, I on the information that I was given, it said no ABV, no IBU, which is not true. It actually is. Yeah, it's 7% ABV.
Right, there you go.
The IBU is unknown, but it has Citra, Cascade, and Idaho 7 hops. They create a deep aroma of ripe mango, tropical fruit, and a dank, piney finish. Now, what's really interesting about Eighth Wonder Brewery, and I had no knowledge of this, even though we did the research in January. If you look on their Instagram, and I'm not, no, Kevin, without revealing it, did this happen recently?
When I looked it up originally, I saw it mentioned the last thing. Like, oh wow, all right,
okay. So
it's the Cowboy Jack Durango one-stop shop. Let me just say
it is now Eighth Wonder Brewery, Distillery, and Cannabis. That is the way that it is billed. So they actually have like drinks that are infused with cannabis. They actually have a whole distillery now, and then obviously the brewery that we talked about before, and it's actually pretty well established in the Houston area. And I wanted to make it down to the Astrodome that still stands today. It's not used for any sporting events, but it's actually still used. But unfortunately, the next time I go, I'll have to make it out there. But yeah, they've had a bit of a expansion. We'll say
that's one way to say it. I do love the Astros colored logo there too. That's a nice little touch there with the Eighth Wonder.
Yeah, and they really lean into the Astros, and especially with the success of the Astros lately, it kind of makes sense, right?
And if you watched our debate, Andre as well on the Giant. There's the artwork of him outside the building. So
that's it. So definitely this is good. I have one of these for you, Kevin, that I will bring so you can enjoy this one, along with one for next week. From and I'll just foreshadow this. It's Texas's oldest craft brewery. So we're going to talk about that next week as well, because I went to that one before. And so we'll definitely we'll have one to share, so to speak, for the next show. But check out Eighth Wonder Brewing. Again, a favorite here at the Baseball Brew Crew.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Let's get into it. I know this is one of your favorite segments, Ian. This is This Day in Baseball History for March 28th. So let's do it.
What do you got for us?
All right. So we're going to go back to March 28th, 1913. The Browns trade Buzzy Wares to the Montgomery Rebels. You'll never guess for what. In exchange for the rent-free use of the minor league team's stadium during spring training.
Wait, what? For the next season?
The Southern Association's Class A team will return the 26-year-old infielder to St. Louis later in that season. So all he was traded for was the use of a stadium.
That's wow.
That's
okay.
Hey, you know what? Last week we talked about trading spouses. Let the trade player first seed.
That was insane.
it's human currency now. It's
Oh my gosh.
just trading it. I thought that was a great and a great name, Buzzy Wares. Yes,
that's great. Never
Come
heard.
on, that's a work name. We know that's not real. Come on.
Yeah,
Buzzy. Who names their kid Buzzy?
Buzzy. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, I mean, that could be a great name for you, Ian.
We need some boy names. We need some boy names. So
Buzzy.
Put it on the list.
if his kid gets named Buzzy, I'm gonna be like, oh no. What did I do?
Well, there on Laughing, there was Ruth Buzzy.
Ruth Buzzy, still alive.
Still alive and still active on Twitter.
Yeah, I was laughing at that one. Yes.
You guys, just because it's a good segue, you had Albie on here a couple weeks ago. Didn't he pass away? And I mentioned to Nikki, I kind of like that name. She shot it down right away.
Albie
shot it down.
He's a littlest angel. Come on.
Yeah, he is.
How about Little Angel? There you go. March 28th, 1977, upset about losing his second base job to Bump Wills. Texas Rangers Lenny Randle attacks and fractures his manager's cheekbone. The manager was named Frank Lucchesi. I believe, no, it might.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
It says Lucchesi, but I think it's Lucchesi. I think it's
okay.
That's how you pronounce that, Lucchesi.
Okay.
All right, so he broke his cheekbone, and so the Ranger skipper may have triggered the episode just before the team's exhibition game against Minnesota by once calling the usually even-tempered infielder a punk.
What'd you just say?
Oh,
Sorry, whoa, back
that.
on.
You
So, Ian, do you have any history of Lenny Randle?
No.
Okay. So Lenny Randle has actually been, I mean, first of all, let's just acknowledge that he broke his manager's cheekbone. Okay. So you think that would be pretty much the apex of what he's done or the last thing he did in baseball, right? Well, you'd be wrong. He actually, this is actually him and Frank Lucchesi. This was at a game, like a Rangers game. It was like old timers game. And he actually came around third and it looked like he's going to attack him again. But this is the picture that they use whenever they have the story. So it looks like he's attacking him, but this was actually late. This was actually later. So not, but he's also famous for this.
Oh, yeah. I've seen this.
He blew the ball foul. And actually, it was the first time I think anybody had done that. Yeah. And they actually had to. Basically, he didn't touch the ball per se, but he influenced the ball to go foul, and you can't do that. So, but that was Lenny Randle. He also has an amazing baseball card. If you have not seen it. This one is absolutely outstanding.
Is that guy touching his buttocks?
Something.
Like what? I assume the ball's in his glove.
Well, let's hope so. Jeez.
It was the 70s. It's somewhere, so we're not going to ask. It was a different time. It was a different time.
I mean, that expression tells me he has the ball. I mean, in his hand.
Yes.
I think he's safe, but he's not safe, if you know what I mean.
He's safe there.
So, and I want you to look this up, and I can't play it because it'll ding us for using for YouTube. But there is this one play when he was on the Rangers, and I'm forgetting what the actual account is, but it's all Texas stuff.
It's SMU. We'll tweet out the link.
We'll definitely because this is worth seeing. So I don't know who was pitching at the time. I'm spacing on it, but so he gets like some chin music, the pitcher throws it and it almost hits him in the head. So on the very next pitch, and this is like Super 8 footage. It's like the footage of it is amazing. So Lenny Randle drops a drag bunt down the first base line. So the pitcher goes and to field the ball, and as Lenny Randle's running, he gives him like the forearm shiver from down below. Like he destroys this guy.
What that was like. Oh yeah,
exactly. Like it's the most calculated play that I've ever seen. I'm like, how do you know to drag a bunt just to get the pitcher back? Yeah. Like he destroys him, and it starts this like big fight. And I think at the end, like he throws a bat into the crowd. Like it's crazy. The whole footage is nuts. And we'll definitely like, I
have to go on this further because something that Jack and I did in our Hazy History on Instagram is what a famous incident in Cleveland called 10-cent beer night. So this fight actually led to all the mayhem that happened when the 10-cent beer game happened about 10 days later. Because it was the same two teams. These teams were already heated at each other. And then, those like fights and then just escalated. There was definitely heat between these two teams from that incident. And it plays up to the 10-cent beer night on top of all the people getting drunk for 10 cents a beer in 1974.
Right.
That might be a hazy history in the future on here, just to go into it further.
It's definitely related. But it's like the only footage of it because the Texas Rangers back in the early 70s did not like televise their games. And so it's like it's Super 8 footage, and it's crystal clear, it's amazing, and it's worth seeing. So we'll definitely do a whole deep dive on it. But definitely Lenny Randle, Len Randle, as it is here.
Oh, Len. He's more formal. Okay, all right.
And just to tie it back, after he punched his manager, he still got to keep playing. Like everything.
No, that was after the I think he was just suspended. Like it wasn't even. That's what another big thing. Like it wasn't even like a big deal. It was weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you think it would be like suspended for life, but no, just maybe a couple months, maybe a couple 60 games.
I'm like hashtag do the research here. Right? Hashtag do the research.
Come on. Well, crazy. while you're looking that up, we're going to talk about Bump Wills really quickly. So Bump Wills was and I was going to ask Cowboy Jack from Arizona State, and he's the son of Major League legend Maury Wills. So
what a great picture that is too.
Yeah. So and when we first showed this to Cowboy Jack, he thought these were bales of cocaine, but they're actually
well, I mean, Maury Wills definitely had some drug issues, and I mean his son's nickname is Bump. Much I hate to say it like that.
Yeah, it all ties in. It all comes around.
How do you get that? Yeah, how do you get that nickname? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many games was he suspended?
All right, so he actually punched Lucchesi 3 times before the altercation was stopped by bystanders. All right, Lucchesi was hospitalized for a week. All right, and he had to have plastic surgery to replace that fractured cheekbone 3 places. Also bruises. The Rangers suspended Randle for 30 days without pay and fined him $10,000. Sorry, I don't have the Cowboy Jack hat and glasses on. So I can't do the I can't do the calculator for and so on April 26th, before the suspension was done, Texas traded him to the New York Mets for cash and a player to be named later.
There you go.
Never played for the Rangers again.
Crazy.
He actually was charged with assault and pleaded no contest to battery charges in a Florida court, receiving a $1,050 fine. And the Texas Rangers actually fired Lucchesi on June 21st of that year. And then Lucchesi sued Randle for $200,000.
Oh, wow.
And they settled for $20,000. And that's 1977. So
wow. That's
times.
like the equivalence of the pro wrestling, the referee not seeing it. And so like, I can't call what I can't see. Right. Whoops.
What?
All right. That's awesome. So March 28th, 1978, Dick Allen's 15-year career ends with the A's as they release the aging superstar. The Wampum, Pennsylvania native finishes his stormy relationship with Major League Baseball with 351 home runs, 1,192 RBIs, and a .292 batting average. Again, one of the guys who, if you pardon the pun, if he played ball, He might have been a Hall of Famer, and one of those next generation superstars, very unappreciated. And this was actually interesting that I saw that he did in his final year. So I said he was from Wampum, Pennsylvania. Yes. He's actually known as the Wampum Walloper and actually had it on his jersey that final year. Isn't that awesome?
That's cool.
By the way, if you're not familiar, this is Pop Fly's Pop Shop. Yeah. They do weekly like comic book style posters of all these. They do football, they do baseball, they do hockey, but they come up with a new one every single week. And I actually have 2 of them I'm sitting on that I'm going to have an opening of when I get the time. That I have one, it's special to me because I'm a Cardinal fan. The other one is kind of special as a Baseball Brew Crew podcast member. I think you'll get a big kick out of it, but I will definitely open them up, but definitely check them out. They have amazing weekly drops that they do of all this stuff, and all comic book style, definitely worth checking out. So, look at this. Now everybody's doing the math.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting my inflation calculator out. Sorry. I'm not Cowboy Jack now. Just me. Oh, sorry. Garabell missed me being Cowboy Jack earlier. So thank you for having that for us.
Yeah, thank you.
But hey, you know what? It's a shame too, because with all these players, all this older generation players, getting older and passing away or not voting on the Veterans Committee anymore, it kind of leaves Richie out. It leaves him out in the dark, because you have Scott Rowland and guys like that getting it nowadays, and people are contesting that. And it's like, this guy has similar numbers to that too,
That's true. That's a really good point. And he was controversial only because he was just outspoken at the time, and definitely didn't like the way things were going in baseball, and the way that baseball was treating minority players and stuff like that. So he was super outspoken, and it just didn't. Again, baseball didn't really play nice with him, and he was definitely should be more respected and checked out because he was a great player. All right, March 28th, 1981. This is a very interesting one. The White Sox, the White Sox trade left-hander Ken Kravick to the Cubs for Dennis Lamp, who will post a 25-21 record during his 3 seasons with the South Side Club. Well, this actually isn't what the big deal is. Okay. So this actually made something kind of interesting, which I was I was aware of, but I was kind of I didn't know why it happened. So when with the departure of Kravick, the recently acquired Carlton Fisk had an opportunity to return to his iconic uniform number of 27. But he chose to choose the digits 7 and 2, which is just reversed. And that number 72 was retired by the White Sox in 1997. So I wasn't sure why he went to 72 from 27, because usually superstars like to keep their numbers, but he just turned it around for some reason.
I mean, there might have been someone who could you not get it? Was there someone on the White Sox at 27, or was it retired?
No, that's what when Kravick left, he had 27 was open and he could have taken it, but he didn't. Okay. So I guess turning the page, as it were.
Maybe more unique, I guess.
Yeah, totally.
He might have both numbers retired by these teams. I'm assuming 72 is probably retired by the White Sox.
Well, I always saw 72. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was Refrigerator Perry? Was he 72 in Chicago?
I want to say yes. That sounds right, but I don't know for sure on that.
Yeah, and to me, like Carlton Fisk was always this big player, so 72 always made sense for him. For me, the fact that he was that number. Plus, I love these uniforms anyway. The 80s ones, so cool, and definitely got me. Yeah. I like them because they're like the softball era of baseball uniforms in baseball. Yeah. All right, so. Ian, are you? I'm gonna test your knowledge of this one. This is a very interesting story, and I'm not sure this could happen today. Now, I'm not sure why this was listed as March 28th, 1985, because this was actually a April Fool's story in Sports Illustrated. So Sports Illustrated April 1st edition tricks the nation when author George Plimpton weaves a fictitious tale of the curious case of Sid Finch, a rookie phenom who throws an 168-mile fastball. Okay, stage photographs and quotes from current players help give the story a realistic edge. Now, I was 15. I was playing baseball in high school at the time, and I remember guys on the team talking about this, and the talk was, oh yeah, I think some guy could like throw 168 miles an hour, and they actually believed it. And the thing about the story was like they showed like this. I forget this guy's name. It's off the top of my head, but like they showed him, he was like his hand hurt, like he wouldn't catch him anymore because like his hand would hurt after like just catching bullpens with him. They did a whole player profile on him, and it says like it says never played, could be the next phenom, very hard to find.
I like that. Could be the phenom of all time. Call me.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. They put him in spring training. He's between Strawberry and George Foster. Like they went the extra mile on this, but they also said that he was very recluse, and he would make trips to Tibet and stuff like that. It was fully believable. Like the whole story was done deadpan.
In 1985, you couldn't get it.
1985. Nobody, like Sports Illustrated would never do anything like this. So it was like, well, they're not like the National Enquirer. They're not going to like fake it, right? But it turned out.
Was the date? Maybe the issue started going mailed out on the 28th, and maybe the print date was April 1st, because that could be too.
That could be very well too. Yeah, and even in the first paragraph of the actual article, and I remember hearing about this. So, and I remember the first words of it too. So, it was, he's a pitcher, part yogi. So that's HAPPY. And then the rest of it spelled out April Fool's Day. So whatever the sentence was, it actually spelled it out in the first thing. That's funny. So I remember that from back then.
People didn't get it. It was a pretty big thing there for a bit. I'm like, wow, it's really unique that like SI would play along with it. The Mets would just play along with it too.
Yeah, and they did a documentary on it as well, and they have like the Mets have like a bobblehead of Sid Finch, and
so did they have a guy play Sid Finch?
Yes, and that guy came out, and it's this guy.
Right. I was just asking,
because if you look at it, like he, like right there, he learned pitching by like skipping I think it's like in the Himalayas or something like that, and it turns out like this is at a beach. At a beach somewhere.
So I wonder who that catcher is. Who's the catcher who can't handle it?
Oh God, it's not Mackie Sasser, but
Gary Carter.
No, it's not.
It's definitely not Gary Carter. I don't know who else. Ed Hearn.
Ed Hearn. That's another one too. But yeah, did you know anything about this, Ian?
I've never heard of this. No.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
It's funny. I love bringing this up because like I feel like this story would be lost if we don't talk about it, and it's such a great story. And like Sports Illustrated, a respected magazine, like did like a prank on like everybody. And
can I see that catcher one more time? What number was he wearing?
Yeah, 9.
Number 9. So that it says here, number 9 is a guy named Ron Reynolds with 2 N's.
Oh wow, okay.
All right. He looks like the 3rd string catcher, so that tells you something. Like, sure, I'll play along in hopes he can get, some playing time in there.
Yeah, that's awesome. See. So March 28th, 1988, 4 days shy of his 47th birthday, Phil Niekro's 24-year Hall of Fame career comes to an end when the Yankees put him on waivers at the end of spring training. The right-handed knuckleballer, best known for his tenure with the Braves, compiled a 318 and 274 record, a 3.35 ERA while hurling for 4 teams, including the Yankees, Indians, and Blue Jays. We've been seeing all these videos of all these guys, like they have the hidden camera where they get called up to the big leagues and everything. Well, this is the other side of it. And there's another guy for your San Francisco Giants that just had a farewell, Sergio Romo, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It didn't go as planned, but it was, it was pretty cool to see.
Yeah. And I always, and it's unfortunate that Phil Niekro didn't get that send off. That was a really neat send off that they gave him. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, last night they brought him in like the 7th inning, and with the pitch clock rules, I didn't even know you could do this because before he even threw a pitch, the umpire went 2-0. They gave him 2 balls, like it wasn't even announced. I missed the first ball even being called because of the pitch clock. So he started with a 2-0 count, walked that guy, gave up a hit. I don't know what happened, but Hunter Pence came out and pulled him, and
wow,
but it was pretty cool to see. But you could tell he's a competitor. But
yeah, I saw that they had like he walked to the bullpen. He got a nice they had the camera on him, and then he had little leaguer sign his hat like during his spring training.
Is that what that was? Okay,
that's little leaguers. I
saw the autographs. I didn't know what it was.
So whenever he was asked for an autograph, he asked them for an autograph.
Cool, very cool.
I thought it was cool. It's underneath his hat. I thought that was really super classy. But certain careers begin and certain ones end, and it's hard to believe he was only 47 potentially at the stage of his career.
I'm like, those can't be all his teams. Come on, he was only on 5 teams. Come on.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Well, there we have in our trivia we have a little bit of that. So hey, why don't we do it? Let's do some baseball trivia. Is Nikki is she watching? Is she ready?
Nikki, you ready?
Yep. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do some baseball trivia. We want to test your knowledge of baseball. Please tell us in the chat the answer to this question. We have 2 questions tonight. Question number 1. 3 pitchers, all in the divisional era, that is since 1969, have made opening day starts for 5 different teams. So we're looking for 3 pitchers from this next list. So you're gonna pick 3. You're gonna eliminate 3, and here are your choices.
Holy cow!
Is it Burt Blyleven, Nolan Ryan, Gaylord Perry, Phil Niekro, Steve Carlton, or Livan Hernandez?
Wow.
Yes. So all made opening day starts for 5 teams.
Wow.
I don't have my soundboard, so I'm gonna have to play the bass guitar by myself.
So 5 different teams.
Yes.
Holy.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. I'm I'm doing the math in my head right now, going, okay.
Yes.
So this is gonna be a very boring part of the show because I'm like, I don't want to give away anything. I'm just like going, number is
yes.
I'm like,
each one of these could equally do opening days for 5 different teams.
A lot of these guys, I can only think of like 2 teams that they had been on.
Okay, if you would have looked, Phil Niekro was on like 5 different teams there.
That's the only one where I'm like, oh, he's been on 5 teams. So
Steve Carlton was on the Cardinals. He was on the Phillies. He was on the Indians.
Oh, he's.
I think he ended with the Indians. I believe he's on White Sox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaylord Perry is he's actually on a couple teams twice.
Did you say 3 of these guys did it?
3 of them, and 3 haven't.
You're saying 5 different teams.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Since 1969.
All right. We got some people making choices here.
All right. God, it's fair to me. I'm like, oof.
These are ones he's choosing, I assume. He or she.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? These are all like shots in the dark. I'm just like, being like this card in my mouth. I'm going. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ryan, Perry, and Carlton. Nicole, we need 2 more.
She's
like, all right. It's all right.
Half of them are right, half are wrong. You just gotta pick a. All right.
Chad going with Levon, Brett, and Phil.
I think you meant Bert, right?
Yeah, he did. 5 teams.
I'm gonna say no on Bert. I'm gonna go Nolan, Necro, and I'll go Steve Carlton. I'll go 2, 4, and 5 for being the correct answers.
Okay. Kevin?
I only think Nolan Ryan played on 14, so I'm doing the math in my head. I'm gonna not because Mets, Angels, Rangers, Astros. That's only 4, unless I'm forgetting a team. So that's the one I'm going. He has the most tenure here. And that's I'm like, all right. There you go. So let's go. I was gonna go with 3, 4,
Nice.
and it's either 1 or 6. I think Perry, Phil Necro, and let's go with the Netherlands. Bert Blyleven. Why not? 1, 3, and 4.
Oh, 1, 3, and 4. Okay.
Yes.
And Nikki going with Nolan,
Bert and Phil.
Bert
All right.
Blyleven, and Phil. Okay. So here is the answer. It is Bert Blyleven, Gaylord Perry, and Levon Hernandez. It's the sleeper one.
Wow.
No one even knew
I
about
think
this.
I picked all of them wrong.
What'd you pick? Wait,
I didn't
you
pick a
picked
single
Nolan
one of
Ryan?
those guys.
You picked Nolan Ryan, you picked Phil Necro, and you picked Steve Carlton?
Yep.
Oh, I got 2.
Yeah, I picked them. I said those were not the right answer.
2 out of 3 is Shabby. You're right, Dutch. I got 2 out of 3 as well.
Yes.
Levon was the one I should have known was like,
Yep.
I just knew Nolan Ryan was a red herring. That's the one I knew. In my head, I was going.
Bert Blyleven, he played with the Twins, the Rangers, the Pirates, which a lot of people don't remember,
Yes.
the Indians, and the Angels. Yep. Gaylord Perry was with the Giants, the Indians, the Rangers, Padres, and Mariners. Levon Hernandez played with the Marlins, the Giants, Expos, Twins, and Nationals. Yes, and if you look at Gaylord Perry there, I think you could see a little Vaseline on the end of his tip of his finger.
Hey.
Yes. Yeah, he did. He was one of those just kind of just steady pitchers. Like he reminds me of like Lance Lynn. Like he gets you like 10 to 12 victories a year. No one knows about that. He's on your staff. He's just there.
If Lance Lynn is pitching in the World Baseball Classic, why wasn't Levon Hernandez? Come on. Or was he? I don't know.
I agree. Well, Levon, I think he's been retired.
I'll say that right now. Bert Blyleven pitched for the Netherlands. Well, no, he's like 75.
Does Louisville even make baseball equipment anymore? I was looking at Levon Hernandez's glove, and I was like, I couldn't tell you last time I've seen that.
Oh, that's it. I don't see anybody wearing it. That's for darn sure.
No, I don't either.
Yeah, it's more like a early 2000s thing, right?
I remember the TPX bats. Those were pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. They might have lost the licensing potentially, or lost some deal with that. That's the only thing I can imagine. Isn't TPX? No, that was the cryptocurrency that was on the umpires. Whatever that was, it was.
Oh yeah,
that one was kind of embarrassing. Okay, now guys, I'm going to work a little blue here, and I'm going to show a picture, and I'm not going to say anything, but this is a 100 legit picture of the Netherlands, Bert Blyleven, and I wish Cowboy Jack was here so he could chime in. But he'll have to watch it in the replay. I'm just going to put it up for 3 seconds, and I'm going to move on. Here I go. Okay. Question number 2.
He's known as a prankster.
Question number 2. You can actually buy that shirt online for some dumb reason. Question number 2. Two of these Hall of Famers have exactly a 300 batting average. So you're picking 2 here out of the 6. Who are they? Is it Enos Slaughter? Is it Mickey Mantle? Is it Frank Thomas, Willie Mays, Larry Chipper Jones, or Roberto Alomar? You're picking 2 players.
Next week, this will be that. Don't worry, you'll have to hear me.
Yes, this way. Kevin, do you know this?
I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
Well, let us know in the chat, like who your choices are.
So I
two
know
of these players.
How about Frank and Beans? I see a Frank and Larry as a choice. How about Frank and Beans? All right. There you go. Frank and Larry. So 2 of these 6 guys, 2 out of the 6.
Yeah. You got to take one out of there.
Yeah, take one out.
Yeah. So we're looking for 2 players who hit exactly 300 for their career.
Jones and Thomas, he says. All right, there we go. We got some. 2 people. We have Dutch and Nikki going with 3 and 5. All right. Anybody else out there got any feelings on this? I mean, it's pretty much it's a guessing game at this point because I'm like, I could argue.
Yeah. Ooh, Chad M going with Frank and Roberto.
Wow, all this love for
a lot of Franks.
Yeah, a lot of Franks with no beans. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be a good. No buns either. Like, what are you getting your Franks with? Come on.
So I know Buster Posey ended his career with I think he was just over 300 for his career batting average. I know they showed the Giants history, and I swear Willie Mays was right there. And I can't remember if it was exactly 300. I'm going to go Frank and Willie. I'm going Frank and Willie.
Okay.
I don't know, though.
Just for fun, I'm going to, for some love. I haven't seen any love given this guy. Let's go with Enos. His nickname is Country. Let's go with Enos Country Slaughter. Enos Country Sergeant Slaughter, little big Enos, little whatever we want to do.
Okay.
Let's just stick to Enos Slaughter. And you know what, Ian, just to spite you, let go of Willie Mays. All right?
Yeah. Don't spite me.
No, because you didn't pick your Giant, so I'll pick the Giant for you.
I did pick him.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did go, Frank. All right, whatever. It's fine.
Does Nikki have a choice?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, who's Larry? Who's Larry?
Chipper.
Larry Chipper Jones.
Yeah, so. All right. What's the answer, Michael Mondragon?
It is. Here it is. I can't believe you picked it, Kevin. Roberto Alomar and Enos Slaughter. At least you got.
I got Enos Slaughter. I didn't think Enos Slaughter, but I got one out. I got one out too. I'll take it.
So literally,
he's 301. These players. Jeez.
Exactly. All these players are in the ballpark. So Enos Slaughter and Roberto Alomar 300, Mickey Mantle 298, Frank Thomas 301, Willie Mays 301, Chipper Jones the highest with 303.
Jeez.
Wow. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity, Kevin. You even said it too. You said Sergeant Slaughter. Can you name another Slaughter? What do you got there, Ian?
You can't see it, can you? Come on.
Uh-oh.
Buster Posey, 302.
Oh, there you go.
I knew it was close.
Well, he's a Hall of Famer one day.
So can you name another
Slaughter?
Yes.
Besides the band? Because I can go back. Because earlier tonight. Oh, sorry. Hang on.
Dang, I thought I had good hair. Look at that.
When you're going to Helton Brewing Company, if you want a party like Slaughter back in the 1990s, you get yourself an Up All Nighter IPA so you can stay up all night and sleep all day.
What an endorsement. And by the way, I used to say about Slaughter, I go, just take off the S.
Yeah. A lot of people were making that joke. For sure. Good old Mark Slaughter.
Yes.
Look at those shiny teeth there in the front in his white shirt.
And by the way,
that's a voice band. You know what I mean? He was like
totally.
Not singing high notes.
And I remember Sergeant Slaughter. All I can think about now is how people have accused him of stolen valor.
Well, I mean, he didn't deny he didn't deny it. I'm like,
yes, exactly. Are you familiar with Sergeant Slaughter, Ian?
No, I am not.
Okay, good. There's no reason to care.
In our hearts, yes. We grew up in the ring.
Yeah, we grew up with him in professional wrestling.
American hero who actually was on G.I. Joe back in the 80s. Turned out he made it all up. Right. Yeah,
he just made it all up. He always puts himself out there as like a proud Marine and everything. It turns out
sergeant. Yeah, it's good work.
Yeah, real American hero. Hey, Well, that's the show we had for you this week. We actually have a rip and review with Angelo Trinidad. It is actually, he actually got a Run Good Life 2023 spring training box. So I believe it's something that he got off, I believe it's an eBay purchase. And actually, I edited today, and it's actually got some really cool stuff in it. So definitely check this out. That's Saturday at 6 a.m. Pacific. Check that out. He always has, he's had some really great stuff recently. We didn't make Ian's top sports card polls, but that's a shame, Kevin. We didn't.
There's always next time. There's always next time. Who knows? Maybe I'll pull like a 83 always. Or something. You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Here's where we are on all the socials.
I was just say, Run Good Life. He's also a YouTube content creator, and he breaks and stuff like that. So he's a good guy. I'm excited to see what Angelo pulls.
Yeah, it's some fun stuff. So definitely check that out. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Guys, any last words before we sign off for this week?
Who's gonna go first? Go ahead, Ian. You need to get the flood season there for sure.
No, I want to say it again. Thank you guys so much for letting me join you guys. I'd be here watching if next to Nikki, and she'd be destroying me she'd beat me in trivia. I did awful tonight, but if you don't know what I do here on YouTube, I open packs of cards with my wife every Wednesday, and I do the top 10 polls of the week. So I see every single sports card that is pulled every week. Every single one. And then I pick the 10 best ones and put it in a nice video for you guys to watch on Monday morning. Start your week off with me. I would appreciate that. And again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. Hope to see you again next week.
It's awesome. Thank you for joining us. And what is someone else going to say goodnight to us?
I want to mention it again. Be sure you go to YouTube Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Pacific. Watch Rip Review for a good time. And hey, check out our Instagram, check out our Twitter, because I hear Kevin and Michael Mondragon, Disco Machine, they're going to be on tour this weekend. They're going to be all over the state of Nevada. Check out some baseball, check out some breweries, and please help the spirit of Jerry Lee Lewis, the killer. If you're not already a subscriber, please tell a friend. We got to get to 500, so that way. Oh wait. Cowboy Jack takes a shoey, not me. All right.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Did you hear about this, Ian? Did you hear about this nonsense? Please explain that, Kevin.
Cowboy Jack Durango said when we hit 500 subscribers that he will do a shoey. That means drinking an entire beer out of his shoe.
I was going to say, you guys got to do something to commemorate the moment and to, bring some hype to it. I like that.
Yeah, Jack said he's going to do it. That Parabellum put it out there in the universe, so it's going to happen.
I like that. You got it. Whatever Parabellum says goes.
That's right.
Got to do it. Got to do
it. We'll do anything for our fans, obviously.
Yes, exactly. But seriously, if you follow us on social media, watch out. We're like Michael and I, we're going to be in Vegas and the Reno area this weekend. Yeah. Going to breweries and baseball. We'll save the best for our personal social media, but
exactly.
For the beer baseball stuff, we'll have some fun stuff out there for you.
Yes, definitely.
That's a blast.
Ian, thank you so much for joining us. Kevin, thank you for being here as always. Our march to 3 years straight happens starting next show, episode 153. Please be here with us. Like and subscribe, all that fun stuff definitely helps us. Any interactions helps us grow. So we will see you next Tuesday with another Baseball Brew Crew podcast. Thanks for joining, everyone.